Hey everyone, it's Overjudge and Modus.
Hello.
And welcome back to the playthrough of Rune Factory. So here we are, it's basically day 5 of the game here, and we haven't got an axe today. If you remember, we gave up our axe. Aha! And our plants have grown. So we'll clear up the farm and then we'll demonstrate what happens with the plants. So that little blue shaky dot there you see is a batch of rune points. So obviously we're not going to pick it up just yet, we're going to go into the cave and do some things. Use our sword from the looks of it. But the little dot there for the rune points will heal, will basically charge up your rune points by a little bit again. About 25% of your rune points. Oh, I level up. So basically, if you get those at the start of your day in your farm, use up a few rune points first. I shouldn't need to say it, but you know, it's kind of obvious. Use up a few rune points first before you go and collect it, so it's not a huge waste. But
in the beginning of my game, I sort of didn't realize what they do first, so I picked them up first thing in the morning, like, oh, what do these do? But luckily, I got the system.
Yeah. Here's me demonstrating you can in fact fill the watering can up anywhere. Anyway, so the rune points, they will also appear in dungeons when you have grown stuff. And I don't know if this is a bug or if this is intentional or what, but basically, if you plant something in a dungeon to the point where it's giving you a rune point, and then you collect that rune point on any given day, but don't actually harvest the crops so they stay there, the next day they'll spawn another rune point for you. Which is why I say you should never harvest anything in the dungeons, because it's either harvest stuff or you get daily dungeon rune points. I know which I would prefer.
Yeah, you really need the rune points in the later dungeons to actually get through.
Yeah. I find myself giving 5 or 6 basically squares of 9 crops in a dungeon, and that will get me through far enough to get all of the get all of the machines done, basically. Especially once I've got the better weapons.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
So here's me going to buy seeds, and I completely forgot that last part I spent all but 25 of my gold, so I can't buy any seeds. I'll have to do that later. I was planning, of course, to plant more seeds in my farm and in the dungeon, because my farm is now not currently producing anything. There are some plants which you can get, which I will actually get later in this part, that basically once you harvest them, they'll sort of go back to a stage that's not fully grown, but about halfway grown, and you can water them again and they'll regrow. So strawberries, for example, are good for that.
Yes, I remember I grew a lot of strawberries.
Yes, so they're probably the most useful of the crops in the game, especially once you get to the point where monsters will be doing a lot of your farm work for you, and we will be getting to that point eventually. So I'm planning these squares. I'm planning to put stuff in them later. I might or I might not bother. I don't know just yet. This is the last part that I've actually recorded as of us making this commentary, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. So I was talking earlier about the ants not being the greatest things to level up on. Those goblins there, like the one I just defeated with this machine, they are, in this first dungeon, I find, the best things to level up on. And as I said, when you level up, it refills your HP. So this game kind of gets a little bit broken later in this particular dungeon. If you can kill enough monsters to level up without using all of your HP in attacking, then you can just keep going. Here's me fighting ants because I'm stupid and don't realise that they're not so good for levelling up. And here's an ant. There you go. Oh. That little symbol there, that green symbol, is the symbol that I've been silenced. Now, instead of resetting, which normally I would do, I decided to show what else you can do. There is a healing item for silence, but until you can make it yourself, it's prohibitively expensive. It's about 500 gold. So I'm not buying that. Instead, I'm going to do it the other way, which is you can go see the doctor for what's called a checkup. He will charge you 200 gold, and basically he will remove any statuses that you have on you. You can be poisoned, you can be silenced, there's a paralysis status which prevents you from running. I think that's it. And he'll remove all 3 of you for this fee. There is one little extra thing about it though, and we will see that in just a second. If you remember, I've only got 25 gold at the moment. He says checkups cost 200, but if you don't have enough money, he's a very nice doctor and he does it for free. That's another good balancing issue, I think.
Yeah, that's... Wow.
So here's his medicine. There you go, 498 there. That's how much it would have cost for me to buy an item that would heal that particular status anytime. And these bottom few items are for actually using on your plants in the field. I never bothered with them.
Yeah, no. That's if you want to win some, like, contests for the best potatoes or whatever.
Yeah.
And you want to level up your plants.
Mm-hmm. And also, I think, as well, your plants level just the same as with the minerals. If your plant is level 2, then it will sell for double the price. But I don't know if any of them really are worth the cost of the stuff.
Yeah, I can't imagine it sort of gives you any profit.
I imagine there must be some kind of vegetable or another where it gives you some sort of profit. I don't even know. Perhaps it uses it on a square of 9 vegetables. I've never actually bought one and used one.
Yeah.
But you can make those yourself as well once you get the appropriate tools. And I'm farming ants for experience again. Why am I doing this? There's an item. Okay. Actually, that's a really rare item to find first time from an ant. You usually get like a bug skin or something. Lampgrass seed is, I believe they call it something like a phantom plant in this game. Basically, this seed takes 90 days to grow, and spring in this game is only 30 days long. So you're expected to grow it in a cave. Something like lampgrass... Oh, crikey, I've been sealed again. So anyway, something like lampgrass really isn't worth growing, certainly not at the very start of the game. It only sells for 20 gold, but it's worth selling more than it's worth growing in my opinion, so I just sold it. But here I am about to buy some seeds for the dungeon, and also I'm looking through which ones can regrow. Okay, the cucumbers can regrow and the strawberries can regrow. The strawberries I think are more profitable, so I buy strawberries as well. So as I said, the regrowing seeds, after you've picked the fruit, or I suppose the cucumber, the vegetable, a little sprout will be left. You can water it and it will regrow. It says can regrow, as if there's an option that it might not, but no, it will always regrow. And I was very careful. I bought things before coming to the surgery so I could avoid paying.
Very clever.
And am I going to the bathhouse already? That would be a very... Oh, I think I'm going to the bathhouse now just because it's there and I don't want to miss the chance. Oh no, I'm showing off, yeah, you can only bathe once a day. She says, it's nice to bathe, but once a day is best. So that's another sort of trying to balance the game by only letting you bathe once a day, but most of the time once a day is all you'll need.
Yeah. Imagine if you could bathe whenever, though. You could just...
That'd be broken.
Yeah.
It's as I said, it's 10 gold for a full heal of your HP and your RP. And because the spell to essentially get out of the dungeon is free, as long as you don't get sealed or you happen to have some healing items for it with you, any time you can just get out of the dungeon, use the spell to get out of the dungeon, go round to the bathhouse, and as long as it's between the hours of 3 and 9 in the evening, you can basically just you can fully heal for only 10 gold. It really would be broken if you could do that more than once a day. I think it's kind of broken, even though you can do it only once a day.
I think it's nice.
It's nice in that, yeah, it lets you get a whole day's worth of stuff done for only the 10 gold cost, yeah. So here I am watering, and another example of you can fill up your watering can anywhere. This is the kind of situation where you were saying before we didn't know about filling it anywhere, so we would go all the way back to our farm, all the way back to that one little watering spot to fill up with water, come back into the dungeon, we'd have to defeat the monsters again because they'd get in our way otherwise. It was, roundabout and wrong, so don't do the same as us. Oh, here we go, these goblins are good for levelling up, so I got a few levels there on them. Not sure why I'm coming out of the cave now because it's 11:30 in the evening. That's why I'm coming out of the cave now.
Oh, yes.
You can, in theory, stay up until 6 o'clock in the morning. But if you're up any later than midnight, it takes a toll on you. I believe that you start off with fewer RP the next day, and you also start off with a status. Basically, you've got a cold from staying up too late.
Yes.
So that really cuts down your stats, and you either have to get a checkup at the hospital, or you can get some cold medicine, which is also prohibitively expensive. So, yeah, don't do that. Don't stay up past midnight. I'm very, very careful not to stay up past midnight in this game, because it's really not worth it. So, today, in the morning, certainly, we're still without our axe. We can pick it up from the blacksmiths any time after 9 o'clock. Again, we're lucky it's not raining today, because if it was raining, the blacksmith would decide not to appear. I don't know if that's a bug or if that's deliberate. One or two people certainly are noted that they don't work on a rainy day. And
yeah, I think there's some conversations by the NPCs about him just hating rain a lot, and that's why he chooses not to work.
But
it's on purpose.
The blacksmith just completely disappears. He's not even upstairs. He just isn't there anymore.
Well, I don't know about that part, but certainly the part that he's not working. That's intended.
Okay. So, not sure what I'm doing now. Maybe I am going out to grab my new axe after watering all those. Certainly I don't have too much longer to wait. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to pick up my axe. And I think I'm also going to drop off the next tool that I want to get upgraded. So here's the axe back. It's now been upgraded from a cheap axe to a wood chopping axe, and I didn't drop off the next tool. Maybe I'm waiting until I have enough money at 5 o'clock, I'm not sure. I did get some stuff, you might have noticed at the end of the day yesterday, I got some stuff from those goblins, warrior certs I think they're called. They're little mask things. The only use they have is selling, so sell them. There are a few items that monsters can drop which are useful in crafting. There are some which are only useful for selling, so yeah. So this is charging your tools. With this level of the axe, it takes 6 hits to chop a stump, and each stump will give you 10 wood. So after all those stumps, I now have 172 wood, is what I was doing there, checking the amount of wood. And conveniently, it's just past 5 o'clock, so I can drop off the next tool. That's actually a properly convenient timing. A coincidence. So the second thing I suggest you upgrade is the hammer. This will allow you to break open the rocks in just one swing instead of 2, and it will also allow you to, with the first upgrade, it will allow you to break open the medium-sized rocks in your farm. Not the big ones just yet, but the medium ones you can do.
Yeah, at this stage it's definitely better than upgrading, say, the watering can.
Yeah. I mean, you will want to upgrade the watering can and so on eventually, just to save yourself on some time, because it will water, you know, on the first upgrade it will water 3 squares in a row. But I suggest really, don't bother with the blacksmith for those, wait until you can do it yourself, because it's a lot cheaper and you don't lose it for 3 days. So I guess I'm off now to level up, even though I've got less than half HP. And this is what I'm talking about with those goblins as a good level up. Also, the machines give you a good chunk of experience, so you can level up fairly easily on those. And I think I was coming in here to do this, it seems, and I just happened to level up on the machine. But yeah, the machines give good experience, but obviously the only way to respawn them is to leave the entire dungeon. Meanwhile, with the monsters, obviously they'll just respawn from the machine. So, you know, on your way to wherever your grinding spot is, you might want to get the machines. I forget if I did in this run or not. I don't think it's important. I probably skipped straight to where I was leveling up. I've got the axe out as if I'm going to be... there we go. Ah, there we go. I was chopping that up. Okay. I do also clear out all these farming areas from the dungeons every day. I'm skipping that just to, you know, get all the wood and so on out of the way. So, do I have anything I want to sell? No, but I do have 7 sticks that I should be chopping up. Oh, there we go.
Using the last of your HP for this.
Yep. Oops.
Oh.
And that's okay. I lost a couple sticks there. Oh well.
Did it go into the plowed land there, or...?
Yes, it went to the ploughed land, so...
Just disappeared.
Just disappears. And I think there was 2 of them as well that just disappeared into there. Oh well. That was a conveniently timed yawn.
Yeah, I think I was... Him going to bed was making me tired. I'm easy to influence.
So now, of course, the next day we're without a hammer. And we're also without most of the buildings in the town, don't forget, because it's a holiday, so everyone's closed. Everyone's at church. I'm not even joking.
This sort of day, I think, is when I used to fish a lot. Like, when there's not much to do. When you can't mine for iron or other stuff.
Yep. So now these ones have grown, they're giving us a rune point. We've used plenty of rune points, so I'll pick that up. And now we go on our leveling quest. Nothing else to do today, so I decided to grind on these guys. And rather conveniently, one of them actually dropped for me a longsword, which is the upgrade to this sword. This is actually just the upgrade to the one-handed sword. Normally you'd have to craft this, or I think maybe after the first 1 or 2 dungeons the blacksmith starts selling them. It's an extra few attack points, so I'm going to put that on. And then level up some more.
Wow. I didn't remember, like... even with the cuts, you level up very fast at this stage.
Yeah, it's those goblins there give quite good experience, and as I was saying, if you can level up before your HP bar runs out, then you can just keep going and keep going, as long as you don't let them hit you, and you shouldn't be letting them hit you. So I have plenty of the masks. I have 2 more longswords. I have these gunpowder things, which, despite the fact that they're gunpowder, they're really only good for selling. You'd think they would be useful for crafting into something, but no. And you can't actually sell weapons in the shipping box.
Oh yeah, you have to sell them to... I don't remember who.
Well, just any shop will accept them, I think. Anyway, that's the end of that part. So thanks for watching, everyone, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.